Hello, World of Warships world. We are back with another guide to operations. In this case, it's the ultimate frontier. What a name, what an operation. Of course, we are in the mines. This guy who has a cruiser symbol, so he likes to play high-tier cruisers, I guess. Also a mines enjoyer. Can't blame him, of course. One peculiarity about this operation, as you can see, is that we have a split spawn. So our 3 battleships do spawn up there. There's also a bot Aoba, which is a very important part of our team, of course. And us 3 cruisers and our CV, we are down here. Now, if the CV could spot behind this island, that would be very much appreciated, because there's a Nicholas and a Mayhan behind this island. And, well, he was slow on the draw, so we have to go around this rock before we can start shooting. Also, I like Chokolov in this operation, because you can just launch your dive bombers and essentially kill one of the DDs before they even make it around the rock. It is very important that these CDs die, in particular the Mayhan, because it will launch torps at you later in the game if you don't kill it. Also, of course, apologies for my pronunciation of Mayhan. I'm just so used to saying Mayhan and not Mahan or whatever. And it's dead. Very good. Now, you can see there are 3 aircraft symbols on the map, which are where friendly aircraft will come in from. Your missions are to escort at least 8 transport aircraft, and there's a secondary objective for at least 45 out of 50 aircraft. These aircraft want to spawn here, here, and here, and go to your airbase. And while there are these battleships which you want to farm, there's also this Omaha up there, which, if not addressed, may shoot down planes. So Aoba can deal with the Omaha usually, but it's probably not a bad idea if those 3 battleships were to take a pot shot as well. You can also see there's a Dallas coming in from that side. Just a quick tip, you cannot shoot a target outside of the map if you're locked on, but if you remove lock on, you can shoot targets outside of the map. In this case, I decide I don't have to shoot the Dallas, because the Tokachi should be able to deal with the Dallas. Also, the Dallas will be shooting the Tokachi because it's closer, so I really don't care that much. The Dallas will just come in and sit stationary. So my understanding is the Dallas will be stationary. It will be super easy for the Tokachi to kill it with torps, because, well, it's not going to move. You know where it's going to stop, so you can launch your torps where it's going to stop. Maybe I should keep in mind not everyone knows these things as well as I do, so maybe I should have shot the Dallas. What I wanted to do, though, was farm those ships. Of course, there's 3 low-tier battleships, so I just want to set them on fire and then rotate fires on all of them, and thus get some nice damage. I'm a bit unlucky here, I don't manage to do it. Also, I have to shoot the Indianapolis here, which is the closest ship to us. Now, the Omaha dies, the Dallas dies. There's also going to be an Atlanta, which, as we all know, has pretty decent AA. I know there's jokes that Atlanta AA is useless nowadays, but it really isn't. So there's this Atlanta over there, and the Aoba has to deal with it. Sometimes the aircraft spawns are in a different position, and then they're essentially moved up a little bit, and that one is moved over here. And in that case, the Atlanta will just come in and sit stationary with the bow pointed towards J1. And then the Aoba is in this position and can just murder the Atlanta with AP, but or with torps even. But in this case, they're bow on, so it's probably not going to happen. Our NC tanked a lot of damage, thanks, so we didn't have to do it. But now the Atlanta really needs to die. We are, of course, in a position where we could have shot the Atlanta, but then we decided, no, going to turn away because 2 battleships and the Iowa should be able to deal with it. That's what you would assume. Of course, if you don't kill the Atlanta or in general the ships that are camping those spawn points, who would ever do such a thing, such as spawn camping? Despicable. Yeah, they will end your operation rather quickly. Now, we are here showing full broadside to 3 battleships, which is rather dangerous because even though they're low-tier battleships, they may still hurt you. Now, the Iowa has died. Someone is pinging the Atlanta because nobody's got spots. It's the Mines, of course, that has the game sense to point out that the Atlanta is there and needs to be spotted. He's asking our incapable to do that, but well, it's already in the name. He is incapable of doing it. So I reckon it was the Amagi that spotted the Atlanta there, and the Atlanta is gonna die. Of course, we took quite a bit of damage here, going full broadside to those battleships. I think you can die there. I've never actually died there, but I think theoretically it's possible. Yeah. Now, what I forgot to tell you, by the way, this gap, when you go past this gap, is where the Mayhem, if it's still alive at that point, will launch torps. The Mayhem will go north and launch torps through that gap, and it will hit you if you're not careful. So if the Mayhem's still alive and you don't have a carrier to spot it, maybe you want to pop Hydro there. It's not like you're going to need it anytime soon, so just keep that in mind. Now, the reason we don't mind the damage so much is that there's a healing base here, and we're gonna go into the healing base. There's a couple of Omaha spawning there, and there's probably also gonna be Marbleheads and Phoenix and all that sort of thing. Essentially, low-tier American cruisers, and yeah, they will shoot you if you're the closest target, as we are here, which is bad, because we want to heal up here and not take additional damage. Under normal circumstances, you would assume that since you ran ahead, your allies will now be catching up, and they will be here, and they will tank some of the damage for you, or all of the damage, because they will be closer. Cheeky fucker shot AP there even, but hit the island. And he's dead, which is very good. There's probably gonna be more, which of course I know, because A, I know the operation, and B, this is a replay, so I know what's gonna happen, not in this operation in general, but also this match in particular. Except it's been like a few days since I've played this match, so I don't 100% remember anymore. But yeah, there's those guys. Now, if these guys get spotted, they will be closer than us, hopefully the Tokachi and the Incapable, and they will be shot, and we won't. So we can just keep healing up. We are, of course, shooting HE, even though those guys are made out of paper mache. We cannot pen them at this angle. You can also see these are the aircraft that are coming in, and of course, had the Atlanta been there, it would have just shredded the planes, or the Dallas here. We are fairly healed up now, so we go forward. It's very simple, this operation. The way you play this is very, very simple. You start down here, you go this way, make a quick stop at the healing zone, and then you go to these 3 islands where you're gonna spend the rest of the game if possible, but we're gonna see. So this will be completed in a second. I guess it is completed, so we escorted at least transport aircraft to the aerodrome, we saved the strike planes, and as you can see, the strike planes are now sallying out, and they are going this direction, which means there are targets here, usually something like Pensacola and Omaha, or 2 Pensacola's and an Omaha, and you're gonna get a mission to destroy 2 ships attacked by aerodrome squadrons within the allotted time. So there's going to be a ship there that's going to be the target for the aerodrome aircraft, and you have to finish it off after they have damaged it. Also, you will notice this, which is coming from there, or on the minimap there, which is also one of the reasons why we are going this way. We kind of fail here and shield it against our AA with the island, so I mean, not that it matters, but still a fail. Yeah, so we are here because as a Mainz we have enough range to shoot the Ranger. Of course, it's a Ranger, which means it gets HE Citadel very, very easily. And we have a CV, so it should be spotted every now and then. And of course, the AI aircraft will spot it as well. You can see the Omaha there, which is the target ship. So we have to kill it within the allotted time. The timer, of course, is a replay bug or something. The timer is wrong. That's not how much time we have left. I wonder what it's determined by. Does it have to do with the date of the replay compared to today's date? I have absolutely no idea. Tell me in the comments if you know. Ah, such engagement. Now, we are here, of course, because we want to shoot the carrier, and we want to shoot these guys whenever they're close enough. The carrier has an escort of a Dallas, a Farragut, and a Sims. They will do two things. Number one, they will shoot you with HE, which is very fucking annoying, because they will set you on fire, they will destroy your torp launchers, and they will also stop your CV from being a cheeky fucker and just killing the Ranger. Because their AA is strong enough to inflict losses, and you cannot easily go for the CV non-stop. Sadly, the Ranger goes dark there. The Ranger is now turning around that way and is trying to get away. Sometimes it's gonna get smoked up by the Sims or the Farragut. Super fucking annoying, I can tell you. But of course we kill the Ranger because, well, that's what we do. We launch one set of torps at the Pensacola to kill the Pensacola. Now this Omaha is here, which can be a bit dangerous because it can actually launch torps at you. So you don't want to run into the island here. You want to turn out so that you can run away if it's necessary. I want to kill the Omaha at an angle where it couldn't launch torps, but I fail. So theoretically the Omaha could launch torps here, so I have to pop my Hydro. Kill the Omaha, of course, murder the Pensacola next. As you can see, there are 3 DDs that have spawned here, and you may have caught the message which told us, do not let the enemy occupy the repair base. Those 3 DDs, they want to occupy the repair base. And we have 3 ships sitting inside the repair base now. Under normal circumstances, you would assume that they're going to take a position to shoot those 3 DDs and prevent them from capturing the repair base, but apparently that's too much to ask. So of course those DDs see only one thing, which is us, and they shoot us, and of course they crit our top launcher because that's what they do, which is very annoying. But yeah, under normal circumstances you would expect your team to have a brain and use it and shoot those DDs, and you're not gonna be under that much HE fire. Now the Sims came around here. We had torps coming here just a few seconds ago, but better safe than sorry. I went this direction so I could duck behind this island if at all necessary, if the Sims were to launch more torps at me. You can also see that this North Carolina has a target on its head, which means the North Carolina is the second of the ships that we have to finish off after the airbase attacked it. Still, those DDs shooting at us because, yeah, of course they are, because our guys are sitting in the repair base and are unable to do anything to them. Well, unable to do anything is a bit too harsh, but very clearly they are not doing enough. Now, one of the reasons why we are here, of course, as you saw, was the Pensacola and the Omaha and all those guys that were here that we killed. You have this battleship here, this North Carolina. You have another battleship here, the Missouri. They can spawn here, here, and here. And the way we are set up here, we can cover 2 spawns. We can cover the central spawn with our guns, and we can cover this spawn when it comes up here with our torps. So it's a very good position. Under normal circumstances, those DDs would long be dead and you wouldn't be incessantly spammed with their HE. But yeah, when the team does team things, this is what happens. Also very fucking lucky that the NC didn't murder us there. Under normal circumstances, it would be shooting the team because someone would be here and would be closer. We launched torps here because there was too many overpens on the Dallas and I wasn't quite sure if I could actually citadel him at this range or would only be getting overpens. But then I get all the citadels and it just dies. Now there's finally ships that are closer to the NC, so the NC stops shooting us, which is very nice. Under normal circumstances you would hope that would be happening much sooner, so it couldn't shoot you and you could just shoot this entire group with AP all the way. Our other minds asks if the carrier is dead. Our carrier is not dead. Our carrier is sitting in the base. If you're a carrier, just go into the repair zone. Like, just be in there. You're closer to the action. Yeah, he was probably referring to the Ranger though, which is weird because you can clearly see on the minimap that it is dead, and you can clearly see from the missions that it is dead. Oh well. Now, what is actually the main task at the moment is to save at least 3 out of the 4 forts, and thus the base. And it's very simple to win this operation. You can just run away because those guys, they are never going to be able to kill all those forts. Of course, we left our nice little island home and are going towards them because there's nothing to do anymore, and we're hoping to farm a bit more damage, maybe, possibly. But yeah, those guys are never going to be able to kill all those forts, or even one. Under normal circumstances, sometimes they do manage to kill one because the target priority is bad, and I don't know, they don't do a lot of damage to the forts, I guess. So usually all the forts survive, even if you just run away. I've had an occasion where I was playing Chokolov on this map, everyone else had died, I was sitting in the repair base, this group was coming from there as well, and all I had to do was run away while they all shot the forts, and they didn't manage to kill him. Sometimes, or rather often, unfortunately, this operation ends before all enemy ships are dead because the timer just runs out. The timer in which the time in which they have to kill our base, and they never manage to do that. And of course, it's always sad to see when there's still a lot of HP left on the board and your team and yourself, you aren't able to capitalize on that and farm that. In this particular case, it looks like the Missouri is going down, very nice. So this was the ultimate frontier. Operation completed. All enemy ships have been destroyed. This, of course, are the stars. We got all the stars, obviously. We did not let those 3 DDDs capture the repair base. Took us long enough to kill them, and was through sheer dumb luck because they ran into the island instead of actually capturing the repair base. I've seen them do that occasionally. I've never actually seen them capture the repair base, but under normal circumstances, it's because they die early enough. This is the personal score. It's nothing amazing. I think you should be getting a 350k reliably in this operation. I wouldn't say like it should be impossible to get less than 300k essentially, and I think 350 should be the standard. Like you should get that at least. Team score wise, of course, top of the team, and of course second place. The other mines, nothing unexpected here. This is the detailed report. Quite a bit of HE, a bit of AP, few torps. Unfortunately, not really a lot of fire damage, especially the 3 battleships in the beginning. We didn't play that properly. We didn't farm enough fire damage there. These are the earnings as per usual. Blue booster for credits, blue booster for Captain XP, and a green booster for free XP. So this was the Ultimate Frontier, an operation that's, I think, rather easy to win because you have the repair base and the enemy is usually too bad to kill those forts. You have to get really fucking overwhelmed. But if you're in a mines, you can usually thin the herd by yourself. So I don't know. Difficult to lose this one, I would say.